This is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Kings fell short in their first game of the new year. It was a 113-108 overtime loss to the Blazers at the Golden One Center last night. The Kings get tonight off, but they welcome in the West-leading Nuggets to go to the Golden One Center tomorrow. And then in the big New Year's Day bowl games, we'll leave out a couple of them. We'll go to the Rose Bowl, where Ohio State held on for a 28-23 win over the Washington Huskies. The Buckeyes jumped out to a 28-3 lead in that one. Washington's comeback just fell short, and Texas put themselves back on the college football map with a resounding 28-21 victory over number 5 Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. It's 8:01. Time to plan your football playoff party treats. Start at your local Sprouts Farmers Market and Sprouts.com. Love Sprouts. It's time for the third hour of the drive. Right here, Sports 1140. Can't shake it.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what? Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning.
You're gonna talk.
Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Holly Stein just inside the top of the foul circle, grabs it, hands it off to Hield, sets the screen. Buddy for a long two. He's got another one. Buddy Hield on a 6-0 Sacramento run to start the second half has 23 points. We're going to make that your Petkus Brothers moment of the game.
Yeah, that's right. Your Petkus Brothers moment of the game. Get the spectacular backyard you've always wanted with a beautiful Petkus Brothers patio or sunroom. The best price, best value guaranteed every day. What's that, Kyle? Oh, it's the Petkus Brothers. 339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. As promised, your phone calls in this segment. Doug, you're on the drive. Hello, Doug.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love the stuff you guys do with the analytics and who we played and who they played and all that stuff. My concern is mostly how do you do in your last 2 or 3 minutes of the games that were in hand? What did you do with your play sets? What did you call that allowed us to get good looks? Dave Yeager is one of the best at coming out of a timeout, but he's got to take young De'Aaron Fox under his wing and say, this is how you finish a game. Now, if that's not Yeager's strength, you got a Bobby Jackson sitting over there or someone else they could bring in and say, I want these things, because every time we go to ISO ball, you're trying to force the ball to Buddy. They go, no, you take it up. No, you take it up. And it's like, come on, man, what are you running? Because I've coached many years and stuff, and it doesn't matter what level. It's you've got to know how to finish a game. You've got to be able to take your team to the finish line and have good looks. How many bricks did we put up yesterday? And that's the stuff that bothers me. I sit there and watch. It's like there's nothing. We try to play iso ball, and that's not our style. We have to get that next phase of being able to close out games by running play sets. You got pin downs, you got curls, you got back cuts, you got double screens, you got something that he's got in that playbook of his that will go in and help us finish. That's not venting. That is, how did you play? How did you execute? And that for me it means more than any of the analytics, because you don't have a human factor that goes with that as well, decision making.
Doug, would it surprise you if I told you the Kings score more points in the fourth quarter than any team in the NBA?
You know, that's a sweet answer that you got there, Dave. But I saw they had the Warriors beat. These are games that you should win. This is not at the end of the year going, if we only would have got, could have, would have, should have.
I hear you. But, Doug, and you're making listen, you obviously know basketball. I'm just asking, if we're going to talk about as I said in the last segment, if we're going to talk about the Lakers' loss and last night's loss and the Warriors' loss, why aren't we talking about a 19-point, and 15-point comeback, 3 home games in a row? No. You
know what? Because then if you can only play from behind, you are doomed.
But we can't have it both ways. You're either you're
No, I don't agree, because I've coached, man. And I can take my team and go in and see what I have, and what is Yeager going to do to go in and infuse his experience into that young team and take them home.
Would it surprise you if I told you that they were the third youngest team in the NBA, but the second best clutch team in the NBA?
No, I don't care about that.
So they're clutch. They're the second best clutch team in the NBA. They're the third youngest team.
Win.
They did. But what about the 3 games they won when they were down?
You know what? They executed and they played well. They got in the open court and they knocked down shots.
But when you look at the season as a whole, if they're the best scoring team in the fourth quarter,
yes,
if they're the second best, if they're the, I mean,
all that.
Doug, it sounds like what you're doing a lot of is the eye test.
No, I'm a coach. I know what's supposed to happen.
Hey man, I'm a radio host. I know how to do
Shoot.
segments. I mean, you can take coach and stuff it up your butt, Doug. I've got numbers.
Thank you. No, I don't care about that stuff.
But that's what
But it matters,
that's
dude.
what matters, Doug.
No, you execute at the end of a game because what happens?
These numbers say they do execute, though.
And the numbers say they've executed better than all teams but one in the NBA this year in the fourth quarter.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm watching, and it's hard.
It's the eye test.
The suffering part of being a Kings fan.
All right, you're a coach. I gave that 5 minutes. Listen, I respect that. I mean, I guess I respect it. I don't know. I don't know what he coached. I don't care if he's freaking Phil Jackson.
No, and that's where like I get like people saying like I don't do analytics. I watch the games. But these numbers that you're putting out are just direct. It's not even equations or math or like it's just saying like this is what it's numbers to back up the I don't want to say narrative. That's such an overused word. It's
to
numbers
back up the facts.
Yes,
they're the best fourth quarter. They are the best scoring fourth quarter team in the NBA. But if you want to throw that away and say, well, they're also giving because I haven't looked at the defense, but I guarantee you they've given up some of the most.
Mm-hmm.
But then the NBA literally has a clutch stat that is a combination of several things. Points up or down, how close the game is, what time it is.
Usually it's 5-point game in the last 5 minutes.
And the Sacramento Kings in the fourth quarter are tied with the Clippers and Sixers for the second most wins. They are 14-7 in those situations. They are tied for the second best team in the NBA. Now, that doesn't mean they didn't choke last night. And that doesn't mean they didn't. They did. And the Lakers and the Warriors. They choked in all three of those games. What I don't get is Jaeger's got to imbue some of his. Well, okay, then what has he been doing? Where are we with the wins? Which have been more prevalent. It would be boring for me to read all the people that are agreeing with me. I'll read one that's disagreeing with me. Wow, Davey was right. We're breaking in the last 1 to 2 minutes of the past 5 to 10 games. Why is that controversial? It's not controversial. I'm looking at the season performance. By the way, the last 5 to 10 games, they came back from 19 down 2 games in a row and 15 down against the Lakers a week ago.
This is
what is wrong? What are people smoking? Did everybody take the holiday
recency bias?
Yeah, but
they're frustrated by
recent.
They're frustrated by last night's game.
It was a week ago.
And here's what. So,
God,
I understand to an extent what Doug is saying.
Yeah, he's speaking English, and I understand English. That's the extent of what I understand what he's saying.
Because they fell apart last night down the stretch offensively.
We're not arguing
that. And we've
that.
seen that happen multiple times. But we've also seen the opposite of that happen. And you have to acknowledge that as well.
No, it doesn't fit the narrative.
We said this earlier. If they continue to fall apart during games in March, April, into next year, okay, then we can have a real discussion about like, all right, why can't they consistently close games? But they blew late leads or couldn't hold on to late leads. I don't want to say blew late leads because it's such like a negative connotation. They couldn't hold on to late leads against 3 teams that are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. 3
teams who have been here before. I guess the Lakers haven't really, but
I mean,
but it's just the I guess the hand wringing over this, like this is going to be the difference between the Kings winning a championship this year and not, is wild to me. Like, yeah, they have some things to fix, but it's not like it's this fatal flaw and they're 10 games under 500 because they keep blowing late leads.
It's not like this has been their Achilles heel.
Right,
It's
they're
literally
still
been
over 500.
One of their best attributes.
Yeah, they were down 14 last night. And
yeah,
and
by the way, we forgot about that too.
Here's the like with shooty baskets, people always say it's a game of runs. And sometimes like you go cold at the end of a game.
Happens.
Like, sometimes it happens. Like, it just, you go, oh, it's a trend. No, it's not. They're a game over 500, and they've won a bunch of games where the opposite of what happened last night happened. Calm down.
Yeah.
Relax.
Calm down.
Calm
everyone.
down. Be humble.
Just calm down. From the 916, this is the same guy, but that's fine. I need to have a foil. You guys are being ridiculous. Like, you're the arbiters of who, what, and when things can be criticized. Like, you're making us out to be crazy, impatient, stupid fans because you're being a crazy, impatient, stupid fan. That's my opinion here. That's my opinion on Twitter. Everything is opt-in. That's what you don't realize. You're opting into the program. You're opting into the Twitter feed. You're going to the party and bitching about the beer. That's my opinion. And again, it's a small percentage. The majority of people that I've talked to or interacted with over the last 24 hours have been like, dude, like, last night sucked, and Willie was this, and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, I can't really, we're going to have these 19-point comebacks, and we're going to blow 12-point leads. Like, that is going to happen. It doesn't make it any better, but this is what happens when you have a young team trying to figure out how to win. Oh, by the way, De'Aaron Fox is playing with, like, one shoulder. Let's not get into that, but De'Aaron Fox is, like, literally playing with one shoulder. In case you haven't noticed, De'Aaron Fox is not 100% right now. That shoulder is hurting him. And he's for all the talk about him being soft last year and his body, and not soft, that's mean. Not being strong enough for the NBA last year and blah, blah, blah. We've seen the development with taking contact and still getting the ball up and drawing and getting himself to the line. But he's playing a little banged up right now, and they don't have Marvin Bagley. And I think what is the most frustrating to me is just simply that, like, you can't just be like, we got to win. They got to make shots in the fourth.
Yeah.
You got to want it.
That's if your game plan is like, hey, the coaching staff's got to tell these guys, make shots in the fourth. Like, the coaching staff is sitting there going, all right, guys, hey, we need to brick 10 in a row.
Guys, all right, we need to make shots in the fourth, all right?
I think this goes without saying, but fourth quarter, let's make some shots. They went ice cold down the stretch last night, and their offense fell apart, and they stagnated. That happens. Like, that happens to 30 NBA teams.
If you're hurt, don't play. Don't play and shoot 20 shots at 30% and then say he's hurt. And if he doesn't hurt, and then if De'Aaron Fox doesn't play, we lose that game by 20 and De'Aaron Fox is soft. This is going to be the same guy saying that. It's just the inconsistency that bothers me. If most of this year when the Kings are doing well, I've been like, guys, they're overachieving. I don't think that you're a bad fan. Stop bringing us down. Negative Nancy. Situation like this, it's like, okay.
Yeah, people just have different thought. Ready for this? Hey, in 2019, I'm going to start pronouncing words pretentiously. People have different thought processes.
Yes.
And they react differently to the various scenarios. And they need to mature.
Oh, God.
But no, this is one of those things where every fan base thinks that people within their fan base are insane, and
I love every
right,
single fan in our fan base. I really do. It's a family, and family fights.
Yeah,
I love every one of them because we all want the dumbest guy I dealt with last night, of which there's like a 24-way tie.
You had a thread going, not a thread, but like a series of tweets going with some takes.
My mentions were basically Twitter diarrhea last night. Like, that's what it was, and not the good kind. Not the feel-good kind, like, oh, that was a nice release. The bad kind, like painful.
I've never had that.
Yeah, well, let me tell you. Quit making excuses. I feel like the quit making excuses they need to close games guy is also like sports car guy, don't put fruit in your beer guy, you got to want it guy. Kyle just asked me in my ear if we're skipping Scott Bear. Yes. Because today's Monday, Kyle, in my brain. That's why I didn't put him on the rundown, because I thought today was Monday. Are you text? Did he just text you? If he did just text you and you're talking to him, just please communicate to him that all our guys have, last week and this week off. It's okay. Dave, are you trying to say Kings fans are stupid or just the ones that don't agree with? Just the ones that don't agree with me. Just the ones that don't agree with me. And not even the ones that don't agree with me. It's not those. It's the ones that only pop up when the Kings lose. That have this narrative about the coach or this guy. I don't have an issue with anyone having issues with these losses. Of course you should. But the ones that just only pop up when there's a loss, just a bitch. And then the ones that just refuse to acknowledge, as Kyle likes to say, the macro and the micro. The micro is they choked away the game last night. The macro is, they're 19-18. Yeah, they're 12-4 against teams under 500. They're 7-14 against teams above 500. They are a clutch team. They are the second most clutch team in the NBA. They are the highest scoring fourth quarter team in the NBA. They had a 19-point, 19-point, 15.3 consecutive game comeback last week.
They do a lot of things right. They did a lot of things wrong last night.
Yes. That's it. It happened. You know what? Here's a news flash for everyone. Not for everyone, but for the dummies. They're going to win some games this year between now and the end that they have no business winning.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to lose some games this year that they absolutely should have won.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have some clutch comebacks. And they're going to have some games where they let it get away from them. But here's, when you look at this season as a whole, here's what we do know. Coach Yeager is doing an insane job and is a Coach of the Year candidate. De'Aaron Fox has taken a massive leap. Marvin Bagley, we can argue about Luka Doncic all day long, but when healthy, Marvin Bagley is a major plus for this team. Buddy Hield has taken a major leap and is also a year older than we thought. They're beating the teams they should beat. They're losing to the teams they should lose to. They're overachieving. So I don't care. It should be I don't care. I think it should be micro. Like, I have no problems with, dude, the Kings choked away the game last night. Willie Cauley-Stein got abused by Nurkic. And what was the deal with putting Giles in or not? But those are all, like, very super valid conversations we should have. Where I have a problem with is Fox is a choker. What the hell is Yeager doing? This loss is on him.
The treatment of every loss, like they just lost Game 7 of the finals, is remarkable considering the expectation for this team coming into the year.
You know, and the thought, too, like, I just wanted better plays called at the end of the game. You know, when shots aren't made,
they had some good looks not go down last night.
Yeah, when shots aren't made, those tend to look like bad plays. That's number one. Number two, you're assuming that the players are running every single play the way it's supposed to be run, too.
Right.
You know, the coaches can call the plays, and you could also sub-argue that and say, well, then they need to coach them better in practice, and then blah, blah, blah. I understand that. But sometimes a play gets called, and a player takes it into his own hands. That's number two. Number three, the De'Aaron Fox shot at the end of the game that everybody's bitching about, like, why wasn't it a bogey? Why wasn't it? It was a good look.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a drawn-up play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had
a free throw line jumper.
Yeah, let me be careful. It was a drawn-up play. I mean, they inbounded the ball. They didn't take a timeout. But that was a play they had practiced. You can tell by the rotations and the screens. He had, as you said, a jumper just behind the free throw line, a clean look. He missed it. And
here's the if they make one additional bucket down the stretch, like pick it any time in the final 3 minutes, the conversation today is vastly different. It's about a 14-point comeback.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if one
shot
falls.
One shot falls.
Like, one shot going down is the difference between they don't know how to close games, fire Dave Yeager, what is Willie doing in the game, why wasn't Giles out there, and, man, look, another comeback. Like that. Like you said, cliche?
Yes, please.
It's a make or miss league, man.
Somebody points out on the text line, the Blazers are, I think, 22-0, 21-0. Something that's not 22-0, but I think they're undefeated when leading after 3. Something silly like that.
Do you know why?
Oh, because they're good. No, shut up.
Damn time.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into that.
Yeah, that's the thing I thought for sure we were going to get into in this segment. When people want to talk about the rotations and running plays and what have you, it was just, this is solely on me.
It really is, because you said Dame time when they were up 7 with 3 minutes left.
And it was.
Okay.
That is Dame time.
I'm going to wait for something really bad to happen in your life. I'm trying to think of what it is without it being too serious.
I trusted the Kings too much.
It's like, let me put it like this. Knocking on wood, this doesn't happen. But it's like, let's say we get some hot shot from a different radio station that starts board op in the night show, and you can see the writing on the wall, and then I come on the air, and let's say his name's Fred. I'm like, it's Fred time, he's killing it. And then like a week later, Fred replaces you. Like, that's just a bad look. Like, it sounds like I was rooting for Fred to replace you.
Okay, but I was talking about a basketball game in January. You're not talking about my livelihood.
No, I was literally talking about you. I'm saying this is our livelihood. The Kings, nothing else matters. Not even my kids. Kyle, I've known the Kings longer than my kids. You personally jinxed the Kings last night, and you should be held responsible for that. With all the times I stand in front of you for being a Warrior fan and how unbiased you are and how fair you are and how you really probably watch more Kings games than Warrior. I do. I stand in front of you, and then you go, it's Dame time.
It was.
Would you, if the Kings were playing the Lakers last night, would you have said, hey, it's time for LeBron?
No, because that doesn't rhyme with game time. And no, I wouldn't have.
That's it. It's a loss. Sucks. It's a loss, but can we also acknowledge the Blazers are a really good team? They have one of the best clutch players in the game in Damian Lillard. And, oh, by the way, the Kings came back from 14-point down. Huh?
They have what?
One of the most clutch players in the NBA in Damian Lillard. Yeah, see how I wasn't saying that like when the Kings had a 7-point lead, though. Yeah, you're trying to draw a parallel.
Yeah, no, cool.
It's not.
Cool. Says the guy who wrote the Kings first in the rundown, anticipating a win.
But the Kings first ahead of the Blazers alphabetically.
Wait. Kings ahead of the Blazers. Kings.
See?
K, A, K, B, C, D. Oh, you're right. Jeez. I didn't think about that.
So listen, man. Anybody can do whatever they want.
That's not true. There's laws.
Yeah,
you can't do whatever you want.
Outside of that.
Like, don't kill someone. That's bad.
You can do whatever you want. You want to roll yourself. You want to twist yourself into the ground. And I've had plenty of meltdowns too. Let's not forget. I've been known to freak out on this team before. Just meltdown for the right reasons, and take, all I'm saying is just take.
Just be like Dave.
Yeah. Just have some perspective. Have some perspective. Stop freaking out and turning on each other. We can bitch if we want. You can.
Just don't do it in my mentions.
Just, get out of my mention. They need to make more shots in the fourth. They need to want it more. Coach has got to get them to make the shots.
I wish there was a program that allowed the Kings to all stand there, the whole roster, and people walk up to them and they have to read the tweets that they...
Yes, I love this idea.
Can you imagine Dan in Roseville having to stand there in front of Willie Cauley-Stein and being like, Willie needs to just want it more.
Right to Willie. Let's get at Dingle Dong 69 to stand in front of.
Let's keep my burner account out of this.
Sorry, De'Aaron Fox be like, bro, you shouldn't be taking the shots. If shoulders hurt, shoot 30%, you choker. Duh.
And shout out to all the people right now. I'd be like, I'll do it.
Yeah, sure you will. And there's like two guys that will, both from the 209 most likely. They're still drunk. We'll take a break. From the 916, you can quit spamming this. This guy's texted us like 97 times. Did the Lowdown
we see your texts, by the way.
Did the Lowdown get canceled? Was the only show not being aired last week? They took last week off.
Lanta.
They're back today. Calm down. I mean, I guess that's good. It's good. It's
noon
good.
to 3.
It's better than like, oh, I'm so glad the Lowdown's gone. I mean, granted, that's
Damien and Jason.
That's why I'm answering it. Oh, Dame time coming up at noon.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh,
see,
Dame
that's good.
time. I think the bottom line is we lost last night because of Willie, and I'm comfortable with that. Because Willie, we're all choke artists, except the numbers say differently. We don't do anything in the fourth quarter.
All the quantifiable stats say otherwise.
All the quantifiable stats say differently.
Doug
last night
said...
Dude, Doug coaches, bro. Doug coaches. He's a coach.
Doesn't matter what level.
It doesn't matter. He's a coach. Wouldn't it be great if he just like has an NBA 2K account? He's like, bro, I coached the finals last year.
What if what would really mess us up is if he was like a Stockton Kings like assistant. Like he actually coaches professional basketball.
Oh, well, you know what? Then apply for the job, brother. Turn it in. David Stern Parkway or whatever the address is. What is it? 1 David Stern Parkway?
Yeah.
Send in your resume. We'll take a break. We're idiots. Nobody should listen to us. Nobody should like us. We're really bad people.
And don't take our advice.
Ever,
God.
Ever. We are stuck up. We are so stuck
pretentious,
up. Condescending, rude, arrogant,
moronic,
shills.
Who also hate the team. Simultaneously shill for the Kings.
We are shill homers. We're shomers. We're shomers.
Shomers. I like Shomers.
Yeah, we're Shomer. We're Amy. You know what? If we were a comedian, we'd be Amy Shomer. We'll take a break. Kyle's got a Coors Light cold hard fact.
Boy, do I.
I got a cold hard fact. People need to chill. That's my cold hard fact. Brought to you by Coors Light. Kyle will have more next. Right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Hey, this is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Kings opened 2019 with a 113-108 loss in overtime to the Trailblazers last night at Golden One Center. The Kings trailed by as many as 14. They stormed back to take a 9-point lead with 3 minutes to play, but Portland finished the game on a 21-7 run over the final 3 minutes and overtime to take the victory. Sacramento's off tonight. They welcome in the West-leading Nuggets tomorrow. And then in the New Year's Bowl games, unranked Iowa knocked off number 18 Mississippi State 27-22 in the Outback Bowl. Kentucky upset Penn State 27-24 in the Citrus Bowl behind 3 sacks from outside linebacker and future 49er Josh Allen. LSU toppled Central Florida's hopes for another undefeated season with a 40-32 win in the Fiesta Bowl. Washington made things interesting in the Rose Bowl, but Ohio State held on for a 28-23 win after jumping out to a 28-3 lead in that one. And Texas put themselves back on the college football map with a 28-21 victory over number 5 Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. It's 8:33. Time to plan your football playoff party treats. Start at your local Sprouts Farmers Market and Sprouts.com. Love Sprouts. Those are your top stories. Back to the drive. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Here we go. The drive continues now.
Text line at 441140. They should call the show the Anti-Homers. I'm fine with that. Guy keeps wanting us to get Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. I'm not going to acknowledge your text, which I just did, until you learn how to spell Jalen right. Dave, don't you think it's kind of funny how you get trolled by Kings fans as bad as you troll Laker fans? I don't think you know what troll means. I don't think I'm getting trolled.
Yeah. No, those are people being on. Trolling is like, hey, I'm going to say this fake thing
to get you upset.
Get a response.
Yeah, this is just people really believe it.
Hey, real quick, we've got 2 pairs of Kings tickets to give away today. Tune in to the live stream right now. You can see what the secret word is. We were going to do it over that one break, but we left it out. The secret word is up. Check it out at khtk.com on the video stream. At 8:40, we're going to get to break on time. At 8:40, call in, and the first two people that can give me the secret word, it's 800-920-1140. That's the number. Mm-hmm. First two people at 8:40 who can give me today's secret word win a pair of tickets to see the Kings take on the Nuggets at Golden One Center on January 3rd. Get more info at khtk.com. All KHTK giveaways are powered by RosevilleAutomall.com. That's the West leading Nuggets. Number one team in the West. Huge game. You're welcome.
Trying to think of the player on the Nuggets I want to pick.
What do you mean?
It's Jokic time.
Murray time. It's Will Barton time.
I just said on the Twitter machine, I say, no matter how upset I get, and vice versa, and how much we bicker and fight, I do truly. I love that. I love our Kings family. I love that we bicker. I love that we all want the same thing, which is to win, and we do. People have different thoughts, different ideas. That's what's great about it. We get so upset over millionaires, dribbling a basketball.
I would love to see. I would love to see how much different these conversations were, because I think the overall points would be the same. But if you and Twitter guy, any Twitter person, were like sitting at Fire Wings having this chat.
Sure.
Because I think it would be a lot of the same conversation. It would just be a lot less angry. People get so mad. Like, dude, if you want to criticize the team, that's fine, but don't come at, like, just don't be so mad. It's okay.
If it makes you feel better, it's fine. You can do it. We got to get the cold hard facts.
Yeah, we do.
The Sacktown Royalty of Minnesota, the Minnesota Timberwolves blog.
Mintown Royalty.
Dunking with Wolves. Was that like Dancing with Wolves? I guess? Okay.
Haven't seen that, by the way.
It's kind of dumb. And maybe they're not the I don't know. It looks like they're a fan-sided, not an SB Nation. Anyways, one of the Timberwolves blogs is pushing Andrew Wiggins. But they're like, maybe it's time to bite the bullet and trade Andrew Wiggins. Like, dirt. Sure. They've proposed a few trades out there. One of the trades they've proposed is Andrew Wiggins and a future first-round pick for Iman Shumpert and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Coors Light.
It's time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Fact of the Day. Here's Kyle Madsen.
Hey, here's the cold hard fact.
Yeah.
No.
A little lightheaded.
We're going to switch over to the NFL playoffs real quick. The NFL's playoff picture is set for 2019. Mm-hmm. 7 playoff teams from last year that made the playoffs missed the playoffs this year.
Say it again.
7 of last year's playoff teams, 7 of the 12 teams that made the playoffs last year missed the playoffs this year.
That's what's great about football. You're not going to see that in basketball.
No.
And that as much as we both openly argue for changing of the salary cap, guaranteed football contracts, making football's contracts more like the NFL and the NBA, or more like Major League Baseball and the NBA, here's the bottom line. The fact that the players, for the most part, get that kind of garbage treatment is part of the reason why the NFL is so great. From that standpoint.
Yeah.
That's how you have and this isn't, what is it, like the last, I don't know what the stat is, Kyle, but it's like 14 in the last 15 years or something stupid. A last place team has finished first place the following year, something like that.
As the Bears this year.
Yeah.
Phone line's open, by the way, in about 30 seconds. First 2 people that can give me today's secret word that you can find at khtk.com on the video stream wins a pair of tickets to see Kings Denver. But yeah, those teams are Minnesota, Carolina, Atlanta, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh.
Say those again.
Minnesota, Carolina, Atlanta, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh.
Gotta love the NFL, dude.
Yeah, in terms of parity and just kind of year to year, because I feel like every NFL conversation we had this year, phone lines are open, came with the caveat of like, you know what, this is obviously going to look a lot different in 3 months.
Well, remember what was it? The first month plus of the season, we did our power rankings based on only stuff we knew from this year, without bringing anything else into the equation.
All right, if you're on hold right now, stay on hold.
Stay on hold. Just relax. Just calm down. Well, wait. You know what? Hey, how much time we have left in this segment?
1 minute.
You want me to do? You want me?
Oh yeah. Let's grab the.
All right. Hey, it's the drive. Who's this?
It's Errol.
Errol, where are you calling from?
Carmichael.
A baby. All right. Well, I hope you get it right then. Hold on, Errol. Hold on.
Hang on. No, it's not going to work.
Why isn't it going to work?
Because if nobody else has it right now, he's going to give it to him.
Okay, so I'm going to put him on hold, and you can do this during the break. But here's the other thing. You said today's secret word.
It's technically 2 words.
It's 2 words, dude.
Yeah, but you get the secret phrase.
We'll take a break. Kyle will take your secret sentence. Secret paragraph for tickets to go see the Nuggets tomorrow.
Hey, if we did we're going to do the secret word thing again. I like this. But we're just going to unfurl just like a
scroll.
Like a whole scroll of paper.
In calligraphy.
Like, hey, it's our sweep. Hey, we got to get to it right now because the secret word's who's this?
They're talking the whole break.
We the people.
What's on tap is next. Sports 1140 KHTK. What's on tap brought to you by
Sticky Notes.
You did Post-its a week ago, dude.
Did I really?
Yep.
Dixie Cups.
Dixie Cups. When you have a bunch of kids and you don't want to do dishes all the time, screw the environment. Get yourself some Dixie Cups and paper plates. Make it happen. There's nothing like you can burn them in your fire pit, throw them away.
Hey, can I talk about what's on my TV right now?
Make sure they're recyclable, though, please. Yeah, please do.
So it's an advertisement for, I won't give the specific name, but one of those like air fryers.
Yeah, the most overrated appliance out there right now. Go ahead.
Oh wow, I guess they will never be a sponsor for.
I wouldn't let them be a sponsor on this show. I will not perpetuate a fraud amongst the public.
Right now, they have a weight loss expert and doctor in showing 2 different arteries.
You're
one
kidding.
of them, like, I'm dead serious, and one of them's like a cross section of it, and he's like showing the difference of what your arteries look like if you use this air fryer versus if you don't.
Wow. So if you don't use an air fryer, you will die.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I love.
It's so dramatic.
I love what's behind it. People should eat less fried food.
Yes.
And that, but I got an air fryer because so many people I know and love and trust were like, oh my God, it's like the fries were fried. I'll use it for chicken. So what do we do? Like a dumbass.
You did like a whole chicken.
I go out and I buy the mother of all air fryers with the rotisserie hook and the big extra giant bowl or whatever.
So you're not using that anymore?
You know who uses it? She's out of town right now. So here's who uses it. My wife, when we go out and she gets hammered and comes home and she just dumps a fist of chicken nuggets in there and sits there.
That's so
and
smart.
Has her good night Heineken or whatever it is. Excuse me, her good night Coors Light. And
that's what I thought she said.
Sits there and I got that wrong. And sits there and just sips off of it and then I wake up in the morning. And here's what I find when I come down to the kitchen before anyone's awake. I see the air fryer bowl on the counter with like 4 chicken nuggets left because she poured in 20, and I see a 3/4 full Coors Light on the counter. I'm just saying, It's fine. But for the amount of counter space it takes up and what I paid for it, I can pretty much do it almost as quick in the oven. The big thing is you just have to flip them halfway through, whatever you put in there. No, it does not taste like it was fried. No, the French fries are not extra crunchy. I bought it. I'm about to buy one of those Instapots because I'm that guy. The pressure cooker, rice cooker, all in one.
What's on tap? Not an air fryer.
No. What is on tap today? Brought to you by Coors Light and Dixie Cups, apparently. Really just Dixie Cups, but we just threw Coors Light and extra mention in there because we love them so much. What's on tap? Not a ton. Not a ton. There's some NBA games going on tonight. Minnesota, Boston, Philly, Phoenix. What's the game of the day? Thunder at Lakers, I guess. Really a crappy day for basketball.
Yikes.
I mean, Mavs, Hornets, Heat, Cavs, Hawks, Wizards, Pelicans, Nets, Timberwolves, Celtics, but it's in Boston. Magic and Bulls, Pistons, Grizzlies, Sixers and Suns.
I think the NBA or networks or whatever should reserve the right to okay, so the Magic are playing the Bulls today.
Sure.
They should be able to just re-air an early 90s Bulls Magic playoff game
Sure,
instead.
I'd be for that.
I'm tuning into that on League Pass. If instead of getting the Magic point guard versus Lauri Markkanen, if I can get Penny and Shaq against Michael Jordan,
I'm in.
I'm in on that.
We're switching up. Go ahead.
Can I, real quick, on Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Did you see or hear about how Lil'Jordan Humphrey got his name?
No, I didn't.
University of Texas wide receiver's name is Lil'Jordan Humphrey.
Liljordan.
Lil apostrophe.
I apologize.
Jordan Humphrey.
Yes.
Yeah. Apostrophe is silent.
Yeah.
So Lil'Jordan Humphrey. This is from the Texas Athletics website. And they relayed the story last night as well on ESPN. Lil'Jordan Humphrey got his name because his older brother wanted his mom to name him Michael after Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. So as a compromise, his mom named him Lil'Jordan.
It's creative.
It's fantastic.
It really is.
That's the only way I would want that name to the origin story of that name.
Yeah. Because if it was Lil'Jordan, but he was named after Jordan Clarkson, that wouldn't be as fun a story. Or Jordan from New Kids on the Block.
You seen that tweet that's it's Jordan Clarkson time? It's a quote from Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, it sounds like something you would say. Jordan Clarkson time.
Same time.
We're redoing our music for the show, right?
Right.
You want a sneak peek?
Yes, please.
Thought you'd see if you recognize this one. Oh, can I not play this? I can play this, can I? Yeah, I can play this. Here we go. Hold on here. Here's one.
Call Dave now at 339-1140 and 1-800-920-1140.
All right, so we got a little rock there. Some more rock for me.
More of The Drive starts now.
We gotta switch it up.
A metal version of Toto?
I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation.
Disturbed?
I don't know what they are.
Oh.
She's coming in 12:35.
The best morning show on KHTK. The Drive continues now.
I love the beats.
Hustler, baby.
Yeah, I just couldn't do.
Pharrell?
I couldn't do the whole. I couldn't do it with the lyrics.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
I'll send you over a couple songs that I would like in the rotation.
I would love for that. Please do.
Thanks. And I'm serious because I said rotation.
What time is our out?
Couple minutes.
Okay, so
57.
Want to know what our new outro song?
Yeah,
I'm
please.
I'm testing this
I
out.
really like Hold On, I'm Coming, but...
I'm testing this out.
Okay.
This is an old outro of mine before. All right, let's see.
This reminds me of A's games.
So this, I was maybe playing the, we used to use the Entourage theme.
Okay.
The one I used the most, my old night show for, I think, 5 years had, you familiar with the Franz Ferdinand?
Yes.
Yeah. This is our out for almost my entire night show.
I think we need to incorporate I Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar.
As a rejoin or an outro?
I think a rejoin would work because there's like the revving at the beginning, right?
Yes.
If we're going to do anything Van Halen, I request David Lee Roth Van Halen, though.
Just send it to me. I'll put it together, buddy.
Okay.
Not Sammy Hagar Van Halen?
No, I like Sammy Hagar solo.
What about Gary Sharon Van Halen?
Unfamiliar.
Gary Sharon, the lead singer of Extreme, More Than Words, Wholehearted. You're unfamiliar with either of them? You know both those. Well, you know one of those songs. Probably don't know Wholehearted. You know More Than Words. From the 916, I'm Doug. I'm a cook. Those air fryers are great. That's an excellent text. Anthony. What did Anthony text me? I can't read that on the air for sponsorship purposes, but let me just say thanks, Anthony, and I think Kyle will be in touch with you after the show. Now, Kyle is furiously looking at the text line. All right. I believe we have a full slate today. I hope I'm not wrong. The lowdown is back. No guy texting in. It was not canceled. It took some time off.
It's Dame time.
It's Dame time.
Noon.
Then I think we've got Grant and Doug coming up at 3 as far as I know. It's Doug time.
Doug time.
It's Doug time.
Grant time. Oh, boy.
For Eunice behind the glass.
Dandy time.
It's dandy time. I like that. Kyle and all of you, love you much. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Jim Rome is next. Enjoy the rest of your broadcast day on Sports 1140 KHTK. Bye now.